Welcome to Ngosi Talk Shows. Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Challenges we have had to overcome in 2020.
Find your own voice.
The world has become united by the unseen, knowing there are no guarantees for tomorrow.
Lead from within.
Find your own voice.
Let the world hear your voice and be filled within.
For the day has come for you to be a great leader.
The time has come to break away from the pain, distraction, experience the unthinkable.
Hi. Good afternoon. My name is Mr. Clara Mnde. I'm the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and the founder of Ngosi Talk Shows. So I'm on my own today, guys. So today is how to overcome fear of love. So when you have been hurt before, when I've told this, when you've been hurt in the past, some of us have gone through hurt, and it'll be hard when you go through pain in the past. When you have gone through pain in the past, you can find really difficult to find courage to actually become the person that you want to become. When it comes to love, you can find it difficult to actually live a fulfilling, a healthy life with your lover. So today we're gonna work on this. So I would like you to imagine, basically, you are in a relationship, you are single, you are looking for love, but there is a wall between you. You are in a relationship, there is a wall. We're gonna imagine this is a wall. This is the wall that has been built between you. But on the other side, it's been built in your relationship. On the other side is where you're gonna get all the happiness, everything. And imagine the present moment. So let's go to the present moment. You are in a relationship, like I said before. You are looking for love. You want to become the person you want to become. So how do you have the courage to go to the other side to find the love that you want? How do you have the courage to go to the other side? Live a fulfilling relationship without fear. Some people have the right spouse in their relationship, but when fear creeps in, it can destroy a relationship or it can destroy a person. It can destroy you enjoying the love that you want. So now you want to go to the other side. You are on this side where I am. The fear is creeping in. I have found the love of my life. I have spent years and years searching, but here's the man that I love. Here is the woman that I love, but I'm scared that she really loves me. When I make love to this person, the fear creeps in. Instead of me enjoying every moment, enjoying everything when it comes to love, I'm wondering, am I enough because of someone who told me in the past that I wasn't enough? I am wondering, as a man, Am I a man enough? Am I a woman enough to satisfy this man, to satisfy this man? Because of somebody who hurt me back then, who told me that I wasn't enough. In doing so, you have built a wall, a protection. This wall is a shield. Basically, it has become a shield. It has become your identity. Kamal says, if you listen to Ngozi Talk Show's intro video, Kamal says in life, there are no guarantees for tomorrow. So if I have been this guy or this woman, she has been put in my path to teach me a lesson of how to love, but I'm holding back. I cannot love him. I cannot love her because of somebody who helped me, because of my parents. They did not accept me. My parents didn't think that I was enough. I had to compete with my siblings. I had to basically be compared with the other children. So am I enough? But remember, there are no guarantees for tomorrow. So what do you do if you are faced with fear in a relationship, knowing that tomorrow there are no guarantees? You will need to have a clear picture of what you really, really want in life. What do you want in that relationship? Do you want friendship? Do you just want to be friends and have a relationship, an intimacy relationship? But be friends with just friends. We get on so well, and I don't think I can find anyone who can make me happy because she makes me happy. Although intimacy, things are not good, although I fear if one day she's gonna leave me or he's gonna leave me. Have a clear picture of what you want in a relationship. Clarity. Create the movie of what do you really, really want in a relationship. You create a movie for your life with your lover. Watch that movie. Does that movie actually represent the present moment? Or have you deprived yourself of the love that you desire in life? Watch the movie over and over again. Watch it over and over again. What is it going to cost you? If I don't go, you see where I am now, there is pain. There is so much pain. There is so much rejection. I'm not happy standing on this wall. I'm not happy. There is so much pain. Emotionally, I'm bleeding because of fear. I can't communicate my desires because of fear. I can't tell the person what I want because of fear, because of my past. You see, sometimes you could be with the person that don't make you happy because they remind you of your father, or maybe they remind you of your mother. Then you're comfortable. I can't change things. But you're standing in this wall. When you're standing in this wall, there is so much pain, rejection. I don't know what to do. You go for coffee with your friends. You discuss the same story every single day. I just wish I can be happy. I'm not happy. I just wish I can be happy. Think about the cost. This side is lonely. There's loneliness in this side. There is no happiness in this side. Where I'm standing between this wall, the other side there is happiness, but this side there is loneliness. No holidays. I can't go on holidays because of fear. I cannot create memories that I want because of fear. I'm scared. The experience, the shame, the guilty. I feel ashamed. I feel guilty because of my past, because of the people that told me I wasn't enough, who rejected me. But what do? The other side, there is happiness. What can I do? There is happiness. I can have everything that I want. When I play the movie, I can have it all. If I decide to break through these walls. So if you are somebody, if I'm speaking to you right now, if you are somebody who has built a shield, a wall as a shield for protection, it protects our heart. You protected your heart. I don't want to be hurt. I don't want to open my heart to anyone. Yes, I love this person, but I don't want to go full all in because I have created a shield. I protect myself. See, on this shield, I can do everything that I want. I can be the character that I want. I can shut down. I can be who I want to be. But at the other side, there is happiness, there is joy. But I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. Looking through the walls. I'm really scared when I look through the walls. If I really, really had courage, I can walk through it. I can walk through it. If I had the courage to walk through it, I can. But for me to be able to walk through these walls, it means I have to get rid of my past. It means I have to be aware of who I am. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be aware of who I am. It's too much hard work. Taking a risk for a man, taking a risk for a woman. What if I get hurt? What if she hurts me? What am I going to do if I get hurt? What am I going to do? I don't want to be happy. I want to have a loving, fulfilling relationship. But what do I do? What do I do? I am I basically I just want to be free. What do I do? What do I do? I build these walls, everything has become my identity. It has become my identity. I don't have courage. I don't have the courage to actually jump, to basically walk through the walls and experience the life that I want, the life that I deserve as a person. I know I deserve to be happy. I know I can be happy if I want to. If I was to give up if I was to give up this, the love, the fear, where did it all begin? Began from your childhood. It began from your childhood. It could be your parents. It could be you had an amazing upbringing, but your parents um, kept comparing you with other children. You're gonna be a doctor. They tell they want you to be a doctor because their friends' um, child is a doctor or is a solicitor. They keep comparing you with other children, and that hurts. And in your relationship as well, you believe, even though you found the right man or the right woman, you believe that this man, this woman is going to compare you with somebody else. But some some uh, experiences, it could be no. It could be that person you found, the person that want to spend the rest of their lives with you. That want to love you. That want to enter the spirit of love and get to know you for real. But then you build walls. Sometimes the cause of fear, it could be abandoned. You were abandoned as a child by your parents. Or sometimes it could be the lost. That's the cause. It could be the loss of your parents. There are some people who've lost their parents from a very young age. Now cause fear when you lose the person that you love and being raised by somebody else, a member of your family. It could cause fear in a later stage of your life, in some stage of your life. It could be simple, your parents divorced, and that is causing fear. You're blaming yourself, but you don't understand that actually people are different. That life, that story was your parents' story. It doesn't mean it is going to repeat to your lives. It can repeat to your lives if you accept it, but you can break the chains. You can break through this wall and go to the other side and be free, because this side is not funny. There is so much pain, so much pain. There's so much pain. You wonder if your lover is going to fully accept you, even if you have been married for years. You're not really enjoying your life because you're wondering, and you decide, basically, you're wondering if you are enough. And you watched your parents, the relationship that they had a friendship, a relationship without intimacy, and that is making you unhappy. And you are living the life that your parents lived. You can break the story. You can break the story and create your own story. Sometimes it could be you were basically you grew up with parents who were very abusive, and fear shows up in a later stage when you are in a relationship. Then you choose, when you select the love of your life, you select that person not because they are good enough for you, not because they match your values, your beliefs. You select them because they're just a man, just because he's a man, he will do for me. He has a good job, he will do for me. Because she's a woman who has a good job, she's got this, but values and beliefs are different. And then when you enter that relationship, because you fear, that person accepted you. I was never accepted before, but this person accepts me. So I'm going to say yes, I'm going to accept and be with that person. Even if they are not my match, even if our values and beliefs don't match, I'm going to be miserable. Fear. Can I hide? I can hide here if I wanted to. I can hide my feelings. There's so many things I can do over this side. I can hide. I can hide. Sometimes our childhood can cause us pain at a later stage. Or sometimes there are some people who basically will have a tough childhood, but they turn their life around because they look at the life that their parents lived. They're like, I'm not going to live that life. That's courage. That's courage for somebody to say, I don't want to live like that. I want to create my own life. I don't want to accept the life that my parents lived or the life that my friends are living. That is courage. And create your own life. That is courage. But the wolves are here. The wolves are here. Then it becomes a blueprint. When you live in fear in a relationship, it becomes your identity, and that it becomes a blueprint for your relationship. It becomes the pattern that goes on and on and on and on. Even when we meet people through business, the relationships that we have with our friends become a pattern. Fear can make you date the wrong person in your life. It can make you basically completely make the wrong decisions because of somebody who hurt you back then, because of the pain that you went through. And you're gonna date someone for the sake of dating because you think they're gonna change. People do change. Yes, they do, but in their own terms. They don't change because they found a good woman. They don't change because they found a good man. They change because they want to. I change every time. When I change, make some changes in my life is what I want, not because somebody has told me to do so. I make changes because if I feel that I'm not happy with something, I want to grow, I make a decision and I make changes in my life. And doing so, there's a wall that has been built in my heart. It has been built in my heart. It's a shield. It's my protector. Protects me. No one can hurt me if I'm on this side. And that is can block you enjoying the life that you want. We want to be happy. But what can I do now? I need to have courage. I need to have courage to go through the other side. Because this side, there's so much happiness. The other side, there's so much happiness. So I'm going to break the chains. I'm going to break the chains that are holding me. I'm going to have courage. Even though there are no guarantees in life. I'm going to move this wall and I'm going to put it there. I'm going to move it there. Have courage. Let me have a peek. Have courage. Sit down. Have courage in your life to break the chains that are holding. Have courage to break every chain in the chain of rejection. I've had the courage to remove that wall. That wall was making me unhappy. So if I am speaking to you right now, and if you are watching this video later, ask yourself, if you were rejected before by someone who told you that you were not enough, because of that you have built a wall, you have built a shield in your heart to protect yourself. You fully don't want to love anyone. You want to love, you say I'm in love, but you know what? I can't really open my heart. I cannot relate. When you want to love someone, You have to love yourself first. You have to love yourself. You have to have self-awareness of what you really want as a person. Then you have to, if you are someone who is in a relationship, then you have to make sure that what you want aligns with your relationship you have. If it doesn't align with your relationship that you have, you can work on your relationship without blaming yourself, without blaming your parents, without blaming anyone. Because life is a journey. We all go through challenging times. And when you go through a life, every pain that we go through, there's a lesson that we have to learn. So then we discover ourselves, who we really are. We discover our want. We discover our desires. And then when we discover who we really are, we then have to create the life that we want based on our discovery. When you discover the things that you want, you have to divorce the blaming game so you can build the life that you want, so you can be the person that you want to be and live a fulfilling your relationship. And then you ask yourself, if you are struggling, ask yourself, what do you feel? What do you feel? Why do you feel the way you feel? Go to the roots of the problems. There must be roots of the problems that are causing you to feel the way you are feeling. And be clear about it and be honest about it. And when you are being honest about it, don't make yourself wrong. Divorce the blaming game, or don't make anyone wrong, because if that is your self-discovery, you discover basically that, okay, I'm not happy in my relationship, and the cause of me being unhappy is because of this. So then you go to the roots of the problem. When you go to the roots of the problems, the bottom of that roots of the tree needs to be watered and remove everything that you don't want in your heart. Your heart. It is your heart. If your heart is not fulfilled, you cannot fulfill somebody else's heart. You can share your heart if you feel happy and you are happy within. You can share that happiness with somebody else. But if you are not happy, you still have fear in your life. At some point, everyone has experienced fear. Fear, it doesn't matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter. When it comes to love, a woman can leave you into pieces. A man can leave you into pieces when it comes to love. Because of what you've done? No. It's because you let it happen. But if you basically work on your fear and your relationship doesn't work out, you'll be able to learn from that relationship, the experience. You have to work on your personal development and grow, and work on your heart healing. If you have had a really, really terrible childhood, or you had an amazing childhood and you are that child that was being compared to another child, your parents say, become a doctor, and you're like, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to start my own business, or I just want to get an ordinary job and be myself later on, and then you discover who I am. But your parents keep comparing yourself with somebody else. That in a later, at some stage, later time, it can show up in a relationship. It will show up and affect your relationship. But you can deal with it by healing yourself without blaming your parents, or simply it could be bullying as well at school. Some children get bullied at school, and the bullying can affect you when you're older, at a later stage as well. So you can heal your heart. If that shows up in your relationship, you can heal your heart. Become the person that you want to be and heal yourself. You can heal yourself. And if you're watching and you basically want to uh, just type some experience you've had, or simple, sometimes we don't have to go through it ourselves, or sometimes your friends go through it, you want to basically leave some tips for other people how you dealt with your situation. Please feel free to do so, because God loves children who helps his children. So, and once you have self-awareness, and you need to work on your healing within. Self-healing is very, very important, basically to work on the roots of the problem and uproot every problem, every pain that is there that it shouldn't be there. Make sure you uproot it. Make sure you basically remove every seed that is there, shouldn't be there, and plant good seeds in your relationship. And knowing that you as a person, you were created by your creator, and no one can enter your life and define you. Your creator can define you as a person, but no one can enter your life and define and tell you this is who you are not, this is who you are. Only you can actually listen. Yesterday we were talking about inner voice. Only you can work on yourself and discover who you are as a person, and share that experience with other people. The amazing experience you are feeling within inside. Only you can work through it and have a relationship with it, and then connect with somebody else and share that love with somebody else. That's what relationship is about. We accept ourselves, we love ourselves, and then we bring somebody in because we want to be with that person. We share values, we share beliefs with that person. We basically share interest, and not necessarily that we have to share all the interest, but we relate to each other. She relates to my past. He relates to my past. He is not afraid to connect with me, enjoy the love experience with me. She is not afraid to connect with me and enjoy that intimacy relationship. She is not afraid, he's not afraid to make love with me, to make love to me with the light on, because that person has no fear. They have worked on their fears. They have accepted their lives, who they really are as a person, and they are able to accept somebody else and relate to that person, enter the spirit of love, get to know that person's world. Tony Robbins says, enter somebody else's world. So when you enter the spirit of love, you'll be able to actually get to know the person, the things they love. Why do they love the things that they love? They fear, sometimes there might be fear of heights, which is normal. Why do you fear this fear of heights? Can I help this person? So you relate to your lover. You don't live with somebody and you say you are in love, but you live with somebody as friends. Some people, they basically have separate bedrooms, but they're married. How can you live with somebody in the same house, separate bedrooms? And when you ask them, they're telling you it's complicated because they've built a shield. They're not happy, but they've built a shield to protect their lives. So we're going to sort things out. Maybe children are really young at the moment. So when children are a little bit older, we're going to put up with each other until our children get older. Maybe then we can divorce. But if you already have in a relationship with the right person, Why not get counseling? Why not basically work things out with that person? Remove the shields that you have built, both of you, in your heart, so you can have that loving and fulfilling relationship. So why not do that? Because of fear of love. We have children together, but I don't think I love her. I don't think I love him because my mind is messed up. When somebody feel that way, that means they have unfinished business within themselves that they need to figure it out. Because if you have things that you need to deal with within yourself, and that the past that has not been dealt with, every handsome person within, inside out, when you meet that person, you're not going to be fulfilled. You're not going to be satisfied until you work on yourself, until you remove the shield that you have built from your past relationship, from being a follower. Some people, um, they basically they follow their friends. They are followers. Like when they listen to their friends talk and they start making stories up in their head, even if they don't have problems at home, they will start to relate it to their friends and create their own problems. So that we call it a follower. It's an identity, that an habit that you need to get rid of. When I go and visit my friends, I listen to my friends. They tell me their stories. I talk about my stories. I learn from my friends and I relate to my friends, but I'll never go back home and judge my spouse based on what happiness they have, or judge my spouse and say, you know what, you are not enough because my friend does this with their spouse, they do this, they do this. Hell no, because my spouse is different. I am different. My relationship is different. It's unique. My friend's relationship is different. It's unique. And that makes true identity. So if I go and visit my friends, because I don't have fear, I know the movie that I want in my life. I know who I want to spend the rest of my life with. I know the person that I love. I know who I want to make love to. So I don't have to go and compare my spouse with somebody else's spouse. I don't have to fear because I accepted myself complete. Take me as I am. So when I go and listen to my friend's stories, I'm just there to have fun. I'm just there to make sure that my friends are happy. I'm just there to basically if I'm needed, if my friends need help, I'm there to say to my friends, I'm here if you need me. And they do the same. I wouldn't allow them to compare their husband with mine because we are two different people. The marriages, the relationship is so different. They like, maybe they like going to the cinema. Maybe me and my spouse, we love going to the cinema, but it's not our priority. We love going to do other things. So if they tell me their story, what they've been doing with their spouse, and I bring my story, that creates a conversation. I basically don't have to fear. I don't have to live in fear and questioning my relationship. I've dealt with my problems back in my childhood. In my childhood, I was a princess. My father never told me off. You come as a man, you tell me off. I say, no, who do you think you are? But those were the things that I had to realize, that people are different. So now when I got older, I had to realize that I need to create my own relationship, my own, basically I need to write my own story. That was my father's story, my relationship with him. And my stepdad, you tell me off, I say, well, I had two men in my life. They never told me off. When I do something wrong, they sit me down and tell me that the consequences, if I do it again, there will be consequences. They will not tell me off. They will explain to me what is expected of me. And I have to understand that if I need to live under my parents' roof, I have to obey the principles. So that was the person that I am. And the love that I wanted from my parents, I had that love from my father, from my stepdad, from my mother, from my stepmother. I had that love. So now when I enter a relationship, a man tells me that I'm not good enough, I'm like, who do you think you are? Basically, I get angry. I'm like, no, you cannot speak to me like that. I'm enough. But in not realizing actually it was a bad habit that I picked up from my childhood. Maybe my parents are raising me that way. They wanted me to create my own story, not me to continue with their story. So I had to basically get a coach, work on my basically my knowledge of how does relationship work. So I had to come to an understanding that we are all individual. Every man that I'm gonna date now, if things don't work out, the person that enters my life will be completely different. I had to understand that the relationship that I had with my parents, it was complete, it was different. It can never be compared with somebody else. When I enter a relationship with somebody else, I had to show them love, not basically comparing them with my parents, which is what I did. I would compare somebody tells me that Nomsa, this I don't like things done like this. I'll be like, or maybe they tell me off. I'm like, no, don't tell me off. My father never told me off. I'm a princess. I was a princess to my father, to my stepdad. So who do you think you are? So I had to understand those were the bad habits. So I had to work on them. Now, if a man tells me off, I ask, how would you like to be saved as a man without fear? Because I have worked on my fear. And I know that that person that is in a relationship with me, they are there by choice, not by force. They are in my life because of the choice. So I have to embrace, I have to be grateful for that person being in the present with me. I have to be grateful. So for me, is to say, how can I serve you as your queen, as my king? How can I serve you? So once I understand, I have the knowledge of how relationship work. There is no way that I can live in fear. Once I accept myself as a person and having an understanding of we are all different people. We were created, we were raised by different parents, created by the same creator, but different. That helps me to actually treat people different and getting to know somebody, because when you build a wall of this is what I know, whatever you tell me, I don't want to hear it, but this is what I know, you're building a wall. But if you say, okay, I'm willing to get to know you, 100%, I'm willing to get to know you. I'm willing to spend the rest of my life with you. Whatever happens next year, day after next year, I don't really care. I want to live in the present. If you basically, you want to dance with me, bring it on. You want to go out with me, you want to hold hands with me, I'm going to hold your hands and I'm going to smile. I'm going to go all in and be with you. So those were the things that caused fear in my relationship. That I compared a man when a man enters my life, because I had good relationship with my parents. I compared, I wanted that person to be like my parents. With my mom, I go shopping with my mom, I hold hands with my mom. I had to, basically, I'm close to my parents. But the fear when a man enters my life, I'll be like, what if they say they don't want to be with me? What's gonna happen then? I don't want to go all in, because what if they change their mind? I tried to compare that person. But once I realized that I had to work on myself, my relationship, basically right now, I don't think about what's gonna happen tomorrow. I think about the now. I enjoy my life in the now, because tomorrow there are no guarantees. Kamau, if you listen to Gossip Talk Show intro, Kamau says there are no guarantees for tomorrow. There is unseen. Anything can happen. So I want to enjoy my life. I don't want to live in fear. So you can do that in your life if you believe. If you're breathing, okay, check your breathing. That is a start if you're breathing. Okay. If you suffer from anxiety, you can get professional help. I've never suffered from anxiety. I don't know how it feels, but you can get professional help. If you suffer from depression, you can get professional help. Once you get professional help, you work on the exercises, the roots of the problems. How do the feelings show up? If you don't feel confident enough that any woman can love you or any man can love you, I'm here to tell you that there is men for everyone. There is a woman out there for everyone that can love you, that can accept you with your mistakes, that can accept you in your life and live happy with you. If you're living if you are with somebody that is not making you happy, or you're single, or maybe you're single, you're scared. Don't be scared. God created this world for us to be happy. So don't be scared, because you can be happy. Only you can create that happiness. Only you can seek the love that you want. Only you can say, I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to build a wall. I don't want this shield in my heart that I have built in my life. It has become my identity. I want to be free. But how can I be free? Identify the roots of the problem. Uproot those problems that you don't want in your life. Work on yourself within personal development. You can go on YouTube. So many coaches that you can listen to and do the work. You can basically connect with the other coaches at Ngozi talk shows, or you can simply connect with me. But when you connect with me, we don't play games. We do things practical. We break the chains. You see my pictures on social media. I don't want people to remember me as Ngosi Nomsa. My full name is Ngosi Nomsa, by the way. Ngosi is named after um after me. So my name is Ngosi, and Nomsa is my middle name. So that's now you know. So I don't want people to remember Ngosi or to remember Nomsa as someone who was cute, who was beautiful. I want them to come to my funeral with the chains and break the chains in that funeral. I just want people to remember me for just being truthful and being honest. If you go to my profile on Facebook, I have pictures with my chains on it, because those are the chains that represent who I was before. When I created Ngozi talk shows, I knew that I was not that person anymore. I had to break the chains of rejection. I had to break the chains of fear in love. I had to break the chains of I'm not enough. I had to break the chains of being a princess, not knowing that I was a normal person who was created to live a magnificent life. I had to break the chains of relationship cycle, breaking up after breaking up. I had to break the chains, different chains that were appearing in my life. It break the chains of finding my own voice. I didn't have a voice. So I had to break those chains. So you can do that as well. You can break the chains. Whatever your upbringing or your background might be, you can break the chains and become the person that you want to be and live a fulfilling life with your spouse and have a relationship. If you don't want to be in a relationship, it has to be a choice, not because you fear. It has to be a choice. There are some people that simple say, okay, I've broken all these chains, but I'm tired. For now, they say, I'm tired for now. I'm going to have a break. I'm going to get to know myself. And that is the choice. When somebody say, you know what, I'm happy being single. I don't want to be in a relationship. I've broken the chains of rejection. I've broken the chains of fear in love. I've broken all these list of the chains of being a follower. I'm not enough, but I'm happy the way I am for now. And that is a choice. And that is a beautiful choice. When somebody's basically making a stand and say, you know what, the chains are broken, but right now I want to get to know myself before I can enter another relationship. So that is the beautiful of life, by breaking the walls and going through the other side, asking for your happiness, asking the universe what you want. If you want to make love, you want to be happy with your spouse, why not? Okay, the other chains that I had to break is the silence. When a man annoys me, instead of communicating, letting them know, I will be silent for the whole day. I am not speaking to you. He walks in on that door, I don't want to speak to him. He calls me, I look at the phone, I ignore it. Those are kind of chains that I had to break because it's embarrassing. When I look at it back then, I'm like, wow, that was a different nonsense. But we learn from our experiences and we learn from our past. And you know, the most beautiful thing is, you know, when you learn and when you work on yourself, you'll be able to help others as well without judging them. And you'll be able to actually experience the love that you want. You'll be able to be the person that you want to be. You'll be able to write your own story the way you want it, write your own movie the way you, not because of the rejection, not because of basically somebody who hurts you back then. So you can break the chains if you wanted to. Chains of fear, fear of love. Some people simply don't want to have children because they're like, I don't want to have children. I don't want the experience my parents had. But guess what? We all different. You can have kids if you want to. The only difference is you can raise your children how you want. You become a teacher to your children. You become an architect to your children. You become the provider for your children. You become everything. You raise your children. If you are somebody who is a Christian, you raise your children on based on Christian values. If you are somebody who is basically has their own beliefs, you raise your children based on your own beliefs, not because of somebody you met back then. That is the beauty of love. That is the beauty of love. So if you are watching, I'm going to leave you with this. If you are watching gossip talk shows and you fear, you have this fear in your life that, okay, I've been rejected so many times. and I've built these walls in my life, and I don't think that I can love again. I don't think that I can find my perfect match, or I don't think I can find somebody. I don't think I have time basically to make someone happy. Basically, what you need to know is, Kamal says in life there are no guarantees in life. But before you go to that grave, make sure you've written your story how you want it to be written, and not because of somebody who had to back then. Write your own story, not based on your parents, not based on your friends, not based on your business tribe, but write your own story based on what you desire in life. If you are looking for love, you can go to Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, sign up, and get in touch with us, and we'll get back to you. If you are tired, basically, we do the work for you. While if you have a busy life, we headhunt for you, and we bring your date, and you go and enjoy your date. And if you basically you live in fear, you want to connect with the Ngozi Talk Show coaches, please do so. Go to our page, connect with one of Ngozi Talk Show speakers, coaches, or simply you can connect with Nomsa, and I will help you with whatever I can. If you need any help from me, or simply you want me to connect you with other speakers, I will do that for you. If there is other speakers that you relate to, because we all have people that we relate to. Just because somebody is a coach, it doesn't mean that we relate to them. So we don't have to worry about that. So that is Ngozi Talk Show. There are no guarantees in life. Remember, if you wanna basically that promotion, start your own business, and you want to travel around the world, you feel like there is a war that has been basically that is stopping me enjoying the life that I want, get in touch with our coaches. I will see you tomorrow, guys, and live with grace. God bless you.